Hi guys, my name is Lois Rinke, a poet and author, and I'm really excited to have you once again to unpack platform. Sorry, where we basically talk about anything that is happening in our society. And previously, I was talking about my previous relationship, and today I'll be talking about things that I did in my previous relationship that helped me heal. Like, I'm basically talking about my healing journey. Number one, it's really important when you're dating your man and not dating him for the world. That is one of the biggest lessons that I learned. Because having that man for 8 years, I was dating him on my own. I was not consulting my friends. How do you treat a man? Oh, how how do you make him feel nice? How do you make him feel happy? No, I was not consulting anyone. I used to do things, and his response could help me understand whether those things were right for him. I know many other times you want affirmation from people, but whatever you forget all the time, those people will not be there at every phase of your life. And one thing I tell my friends right now, if you decide to tell me you're dating, as much as you're telling me about your fights, tell me about the juicy content. Yes, because I have been in situations where I feel the man is the bad person in the relationship, or the lady is the bad person in the relationship, depending on the person who is feeding me with the information of what is happening in the relationship. If you have to tell me about the small things that are happening, I need to know completely everything. And if you cannot tell me what happens during your happy times, don't tell me what happens during your sad times. And again, I love dealing with the reality as it is, because I know all of us are not perfect. But most of the time, there's always that one person who want to prove, and the person who has played the biggest role of this relationship. Number two, I know when we mad in love, when someone is dating us, you've not even decided whom you are. That man has not even defined whom you are, and you're out and about posting him on your IG, on Facebook, on your status. Madam, relax. Young man, relax. Relax. Everything that is worth good fruits is worth walking a journey. And the moment you'll be in a position to deal with love from a point of maturity and not emotions, you'll get to understand that posting a man doesn't keep him long in your life. Posting a lady doesn't still keep him more in your life. And those are the mistakes that we make. The moment we post people, people get attached to them, people feel they are nice, but the person who is dealing with them on the ground is you when you're not there. And that is not a mistake that I did in my previous relationship. For all those 8 years, the year I posted my man on my status, I remember that was in January. We broke up in April. That was the first. I used to post him on his birthdays and all those things, but anytime I posted him, I used to have an emoji on his face. Like, I knew people knew I was dating him, but I was not like, this is my man, not our man. And whatever I want to do for him and whatever I feel comfortable for me should feel comfortable for me, not for you. And I think that one really worked so well for me. Number two, as much as you're friends on social media and all those things, if you're not sure about the man you have, don't be there flirting with that man. Be careful. At times you're so fast to go and post and comment, and he be there, baby, sweetheart, I don't know what. You break up with such kind of people who we are calling you baby and sweetheart and all those dramas and conversations in your inbox. And the moment you both of you have a breakup, you have to go back to your page, delete your photos, delete your comments. I mean, even after breaking up with my ex, my Facebook page is so clean. I didn't have work to go and do there because as much we knew we loved each other. We were not out and about, oh baby, honey, sweetheart. I don't know. Even if it was on my birthdays, it was like happy birthday. The biggest he could do is a love emoji. And I was so content. Why? We had sat down, we had agreed on that, and I was very okay with that. Because whatever takes you so much time to heal after a breakup is the impact and the sacrifices you've made for people out here. You'll be out and about telling your whole village, the people you're dating, where they are at in life, what they do. The moment you break up with them, you even don't know how to approach them. You even don't know how to date another man because you're there asking yourself questions like they'll feel I'm not consistent. They'll feel I don't know how to keep a man. But wait, who did the mistake? You're the person. Relax. If right now I found a man, the first thing I would do, I would pray about it. I would really fast about it. And I would love to have a conviction in my heart that it's him. Those are the first steps I would do. Not even going and I'm all out and about sending him 340 photos of myself so that he can approve. No. He's gonna see me for the rest of his life. But what kind of a woman am I? If like as much as you're in a relationship, both of you have to set rules that will govern that relationship. Because you cannot be a social media person, you want to be posting your man every day, and your man is not comfortable with it. Or you're posting your lady every day and she's not comfortable with it. And one thing I've come to realize over time, posting doesn't mean your love. Could not mean your love for that person. Yeah. When you get to know about that, you'll not be excited when everyone else is posting you out there. There's nothing exciting when someone posts you. And even after our breakup, it was so smooth for me to maneuver life. I didn't owe anyone apology for who I was dating, what I was doing with him, how we broke up, our fights. I mean, no one had a clue about what separated both of us. After all, he has a life. I have a life. I have to move on. And one thing I want to remind you each and every time after a breakup in a relationship, you must not be the only person who goes on crying. Oh, it was painful. I have lost. Hey, relax. You must not be that person all the time. I mean, I had to sit down and I was like, Lois, when did you get to this relationship? This year and this year. What have you learned about this relationship? 1, 2, 3, 4 things. What are the impacts that man has made in your life? 1, 2, 3. What do you want in life? 1, 2, 3. Does he have those things? Yes or no? Why should you feel like you're the only person who has been left? You are dying. Your world is coming to a standstill. My dear, you got to know that your life is fueled by you. No one else has to affirm you. You don't have to be in someone's life to be happy. You don't have to be in someone's life to feel content. You must not be in someone's life to be affirmed. If you learn to do things on your own, to affirm yourself, know what you want, people will get to your life and walk away and you still had rest. And you're still moving completely. And it's so peaceful when you know what you want. You even don't have time to think about a breakup. I mean, you have deadlines to meet of some things you're doing in life, but you don't have to be there crying all the time. If you made someone important, if you made someone a better person, well, they lost you. Move on. But some of you will be there even after someone tells you, no, this one cannot work out between me and you. Walk. Because those times we're there, we are not ready. The fact that you have never lived on your own alone, and now a man is leaving and you feel your world is getting into a standstill, you are crazy. I mean, it calls for a journey, a whole journey to know what you want. You need to live on your own. You need to know you are enough on your own, without someone else, without anyone affirming you, without someone texting you in the morning. At times I look at my life and I'm like, wait, if someone calls me at this time, early in the morning, that's my mom. Before I sleep, that's my mom. In between the day, that's my sister or my customers. Now, I can tell you people who call even before I look at my phone. Why? Because there's so much contentment in me being alone. I have been in a position to track my life and how things operate. I have been able to do things that I like and things that are fulfilling. But some of you will be there simping. Someone has broken up with you. They have told you all sorts of things. They have told you you're not what they were looking for in life, but you're still there. We can talk about this. I don't know. Stop being petty. Walk. There's grace after breakup. There's grace. And let me tell you, each and every time someone tells you that you're not what they were looking for in life, and you keep poking into their life, whatever you tell them is you don't have a life on your own. They can really take advantage of you. You know they're healing, but you're not ready for healing. They are going to waste you. And if you observe most of the relationships, people keep complaining about the men they are with at the moment that they didn't want to have. You were in a season where that man ever told you, you're not what I'm looking for in a woman. But you're still there, begging him, oh, we need to talk about this. I'm going to work on it. When a man tells you it's over, walk. When a lady tells you it's over, walk. That's not time to be there complaining. You've done the best you can for that person. I mean, get a life. Get a life. And the earlier you get a life, the earlier things start aligning with you. But you cannot just be there. And people who get pregnant, or people who end up with people who ever told them that they're not what they're looking for in life, they have gone through the worst in their seasons of life. Those are the people who keep telling you, I knew it could not work out, but you know what is really a nice guy? Things I keep telling ladies each and every time. When a man decides to leave you, he just deserves to post a photo of a lady on his status or on his Facebook page, and that one will shut you down. We ladies, when we want to break up with men, you have to be thinking like 3 days. You have to compose a poem. You have to write a whole paragraph of a breakup and read more captions. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's so much energy. Don't do that. Don't be there telling guys, oh, I mean, don't be dramatic after a heartbreak. You've been having that person, he has been nice to you for the time he has there been. Either a month, a year, whichever time it has been. I mean, walk. Get a life. Get a life. You don't deserve to be there. You don't. Yes. What is one more thing that I've learned about breakup? I know people have been in relationships where they have been gifted flowers, shoes, and all those things. If you date people who tell you to give them back their items, you need to thank God for being out of that relationship. Those are the people who keep saying how far they have brought you. Were it not for me, she couldn't have that shoe. She couldn't have that dress. And don't be that person. If you're genuinely in someone's life for love, whatever you give them, even after that breakup, let them remain with whatever thing you bought them. That's not the time to be, oh, you brought you from which far? I brought you from far. You couldn't be where you are. I have played a very big role. That's not time to have all those choruses and all those. Get a life and move on. The more you delay, the more you take your time before knowing what you want. Both of you, that one person who is going to get a life more than you will make you feel wasted, will make you feel stupid, will make you feel like, I don't know, what were you doing? What were you waiting for? And there are people who are going to date the next month, even after breaking up with you. So when you just get to understand strategies that people use and how heartless people can be when they are breaking up with you, immediately they tell you you're not what they are looking for in life. Run. Walk. If blocking them feels good for you, block. If deleting their photos feels good for you, delete. If having things that bring you memories of them make you feel bad, burn them. I mean, I would not be here wearing a jacket because you bought it and I'll be looking at it and I'm like, yo, no, I'll not do that. Anything that is costing you a peace, anything you see and it takes you back to those times, you don't deserve them. You need a new life. And don't be that person who, after a breakup, you are in another relationship. Take your time, heal, assess yourself. Why is it that that relationship didn't work? What was I supposed to do that I didn't do? What are the behaviors that I had previously that I'm not ready to take to my next relationship? That act of you leaving a relationship, but you still have girls around you. You still have guys around you, your besties. They're breaking down to them. That guy, I loved him, and all those things. You'll find yourself attaching. Consistent communication with someone yields to something. That time, that consistency yields to something. I know most of us will not agree to that, but it does all the time. And we don't see the results immediately. They take some time. But when those results come your way, it's terrible. You can't even imagine. Don't tell people. If you have someone to walk with that journey, walk with a very mature person. A very, 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 very mature person. I know we want to be in spaces where we want to tell our friends of how our boyfriends were, how they misbehaved. That's not important. Get strategies of how you heal. For me, I write journals. What I feel. What I know you'll not wake up one day and just forget about him. But you just need to unlearn so many things that you do. So many things. I know you'll see things and you're going to remember him. You have to unlearn all those things. Bit by bit by bit. And above all, you just need to pray more and more and more. And stop dating simultaneously. Stop dating simultaneously to fill gaps. Don't do that. Stop dating simultaneously. Take your time. Take your time, girl. Take it. Young man, take your time. Beautiful people are out here. Handsome men are out here. But you have to be that lady they're looking for. You have to be that man someone is looking for. Because I don't expect to date someone right now and they're all over telling me about their ex. Oh, you know my ex. I'll be like, yo, take your time and heal. Take your time and heal. I don't know your ex much, but just take your time, go heal. Because there's so much I cannot deal with at the moment. It's so much working with someone who has been heartbroken. Unless they decide to walk that journey themselves and they are ready to be out of it, you cannot do anything about it. Yes. And if you decide to break up with people, Avoid those. It's not about, it must not come with bitterness, like you don't want to see them, you are so mad. I know we are so different, because there are people who are like, I don't want to see my ex, I don't want, I know. If you're that kind of person, keep off. If both of you know, if you would ever meet, something would pop, keep off. Take your time. Take your time. But if you're those people who really mature enough, you break up, it's from a point of understanding, like, thank you so much, this one cannot work out between us, well and good. I think that's so much maturity. But it's a journey being there. You'll not just wake up and tell people it was nice having you. The last thing I would say after a breakup, you need to know that no is a complete sentence. It doesn't make you a lesser person telling people no. Lois, can I date you? No. It doesn't make you feel ashamed when people ask whether you are single and you say you are. I confidently say I am single. Yes, I'll have guys saying, oh, you know, you don't appear one, you know. How do single ladies look like? Like us. We are examples of single ladies. By choice, not by coincidence, not by heartbreak, not, no. Just making a decision of knowing myself and knowing what I want. And that one really helps us. You even get to discover things you can do perfectly well on your own before you attract the person who will get along your life. Yeah. And I'm not saying you break up with someone and the next thing you are out and about with dates, from one man to jumping from one man to another because you want to feel nice. No, we don't do that here. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Focus. Focus. Be your own happiness. So that when the next person comes, he's not going to find someone who is in a deficiency of being in love. Like you all over their life. You calling them, you're insecure. I don't know you. No, relax. Take your time. Know yourself. And when that time comes, the Lord is going to make everything beautiful and you're going to rejoice over everything you've ever prayed for. Thank you so much. See you in part 3 of our relationship series. Thank you so much. See ya.